everybody, it's Kelsee Briana J, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review and a wear test on the Beauty Bakerie InstaBake Foundation and Concealer. So I've had these products for a minute now, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been using them, but I've never gotten around to doing a video until now. So let's jump into it. I'm going to give you guys the details on these products. Of course, I'm going to do a wear test, and then at the end of the video, I'll let you guys know what I think about both of these products. So let's start out first with talking about the concealer. This is called the InstaBake 3-in-1 Full Coverage Concealer, and this is what the packaging looks like. Each of these concealers retail for $20 each. And each concealer has 4 milliliters of products or 0.14 fluid ounces of products. Here's what the actual concealer looks like. It's pretty small. It looks like a little baby. But the description for this concealer says that it is an Italian approach to beauty that emphasizes the, quote, no stress, unquote, as the key to a flawless complexion. Our full coverage InstaBake 3-in-1 hydrating concealer not only applies and blends effortlessly, but the finish it leaves behind is one of the effortless beauty. Did I read that right? Yeah, I read that right. No, but the finish it leaves behind is one of effortless beauty. There we go. I was like, that did not sound right. So it says, perfect to hide dark circles due to the lack of sleep. We all have been there. Scarring from some neurotic picking habits. Definitely have been there. And even discoloration, okay? Let our InstaBake 3-in-1 concealer do the work of your favorite skin smoothing apps. Oh. So they said we're going to be flawless for real, okay? They're face tuning us in a product. So some of the ingredients that it says that this concealer has are cassava, which I looked up, and it says that cassava is a starchy tuberous root of a tropical tree used as food in tropical countries. So I looked up what cassava does for our skin, and it says that it is a calorie-rich vegetable that contains plenty of carbohydrate and key vitamins and minerals. It says that it is a good source of vitamin C, thiamine, riboflavin, and niacin. And thiamine and riboflavin have vitamin B in them. So I have to do a little bit more research and dig a little bit deeper, but so far it sounds pretty good. And it also says that this concealer has strong water binding properties. The under eye area will be smoothed, soothed, and hydrated. So it looks like there's 18 different colors of this concealer. And as per usual with Beauty Bakerie, the deepest color is number 1, and then the lightest color is number 18. So I have the color number 10, Butter Back Off. Next, let's talk about the foundation. So the foundation shares the same name, the InstaBake Aqua Glass Foundation. So this foundation retails for $34, and it has 28 milliliters of products or 0.9 fluid ounces, which is a little bit less than the typical 1 fluid ounce that we get with mostly all other foundations. But let me read you guys the description for this foundation. It says that it is inspired by the elegance and minimalistic approach to beauty that Japan is known for. InstaBake Aqua Glass Foundation delivers extraordinary performance and applies like frosting. Okay, so I'm a cake. Briana tried to tell us. Rightfully named InstaBake, this full coverage, poreless vegan formula covers anything left in its wake from uneven tone to scars and blemishes. It says that the InstaBake Aqua Glass Foundation serves a comfortable wear and is best applied with a damp blending sponge or your favorite foundation brush. It says that it is best paired with the InstaBake 3-in-1 Hydrating Concealer for an overall Insta-worthy finish. You certainly won't need a filter. So that is like their whole thing, like no filter, no editing, you're gonna look fly in real life. So there are 30 different colors of this foundation, and I have the color 331N, which N stands for neutral, and I do think that this color is a pretty good match because I can't tell where it ends and where my skin begins. So now that you all have all of the details, let's jump into the demonstration and you all can see how these products apply And then following that, I'll do a wear test. And then at the end of the video, I will tell you all my final thoughts on these products. So I hope that you all enjoy. So I have switched full gears into my winter moisturizer because my skin is very, very dry at this point. So I have on a little bit of the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream, and I have that all over, and I've let that sit on my face for about 20 minutes now. So now let's apply our foundation. So I'm just shaking it up. I have my beauty blender here. I'm just going to go straight on the beauty blender with the foundation, and I'm starting off with 2 pumps. So with this amount, I'm just going to dab it all over. Not really focusing on blending at this point, just applying it. So now that I have it pretty evenly dispersed, I'm just going to go over my face with the beauty blender to begin to blend this product out. So I'm looking in the side right here because I have a mirror on the side. I have a mirror in front of me and a mirror on the side. I tend to like to look at the mirror on the side because I feel like it gives me a full view of what my face looks like at different angles. So I really need to get another mirror for this side so I can really be doing some things. I'm just going to pounce this all over. This foundation blends out so easily. It really does not take that much effort to get it to blend out and look seamless. So I have the foundation all blended out, and I think it looks really, really good. And I think I'm good with the 2 pumps. I don't necessarily feel like I need more. If you did need more though, you can go in with just a little bit and then build on the areas where you need more coverage. But like I said, I feel like I am good with just my 2 pumps all over my face. And as you all can see, I have a very glowy finish to my face. And I don't necessarily like my skin to be this glowy starting out. If my skin looks like this at the end of the day, then I'll be happy. But at the beginning, I don't really have anywhere to progress to. So if I leave my face like this right now, then by the end of the day, my skin will look like an oily mess, even though it's really pretty right now. So if I weren't going anywhere, or if longevity wasn't really something that I needed to be concerned about, I would stay like this because this finish is everything. It is so glowy. It definitely has that glass-like finish. I am going to set this. But before I do that, I do want to go in with concealer just because concealer just perks up the look, in my opinion. I love concealer. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of the InstaBake concealer. So I am just going to dab some of this underneath my under eye. Kind of drag it over. And then I'm flipping over my beauty blender, and then I am blending it out with the pointy tip of the beauty blender. That looks really good. Again, this blends out super easily. I like the finish of it, and I like the amount of coverage that I got from that dab. I don't feel like I need to add any more of this either. So I'm just going to blend it down, and then on that edge, I'm just going to flip my beauty blender back over and make sure that everything is seamless and there's no lines of demarcation. The painful part of blending out your concealer when you already have on your lashes is trying not to get concealer on your lashes because that is annoying. So now let me go in with my powders. First, I'm going in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder to set underneath my eyes. You all know this is a tried and true product for me. So I just like to take my beauty blender, tap it directly in that powder, and then pounce it underneath the eye to set the concealer. And for all over my face, I'm going in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. Again, another tried and true product. This is my La Mer powder brush. And I'm just pouncing this all over. Alright, so I have my face set. Now I'm going to add a few more details to my face and finish off the look. And I'll be right back to share with you all what I think about how it's looking right now. So I have my makeup on. If you want to know any details, I will have everything listed down in the description box, so definitely check there. But I am really liking the way that this foundation and concealer looks. It's actually pretty late. It's 4:30 right now, but I am going to commit to wearing this for 8 hours, and I will do check-ins ever so often within those 8 hours, and that way you guys can see what the products look like. So I don't have a whole lot planned on the agenda today, but I do have a few errands to run so you guys can see what it looks like right now. And of course, I will check back and let you guys see what it looks like and how it holds up. So I hope that you all enjoy, and make sure you stay tuned. So I'm back, and I've had on these products for the past 2 hours. I think they look pretty good. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say that I really haven't done a lot in the past 2 hours in terms of movement, because I decided to film another video. So I've basically just been sitting here. But in sitting here, I do notice that there is a slight change to how my skin looks. The foundation and the concealer do look a little bit more skin-like. I feel like my natural oils have sort of started to kind of do a little something in breaking through. And so I think that everything is starting to look more so like me, not necessarily like the makeup. I hope that I explained that clearly. But I like the way that this is looking, and I like the way that it is wearing. I will check back in 2 more hours and let you guys see what the progress is. I'm actually about to get up now, so there should be a little bit more of a difference in 2 more hours than it is now. But so far, so good. I am still happy. So I've had on my foundation and my concealer for 4.5 hours now, and I think that it looks really good still. I think that my skin, because I've gone outside, it's not as oily or dewy as it typically is. It's not necessarily cold today. It's like maybe 52 degrees. So it's just chilly. So it's just not giving me the opportunity to perspire or just really have my oils break through like they typically would if I had gone outside while the sun was still out. So even though I can tell that there's a difference in my skin, it's not that big of a difference. I am noticing that I do have just a little bit of separation around my mouth area, but nothing to be concerned about, but a little bit to document it. So I'll keep wearing it, and I'll check back in 2 more hours and let you guys see the update. So I'm back for my 6-hour check-in, and I am knee deep in cleaning out the closet. I got on my beats because I got to keep the music going in order to keep my energy up, because it is getting late. But I just want to check back in and let you guys see what my foundation and concealer are looking like at this hour. I still think it looks really nice. Definitely, I see a lot more of a glowiness breaking through on my forehead and down the bridge of my nose. I'm not mad at it, simply because, like I've said several times, it is cold outside. So you don't just want to go around looking dry-faced. So a little bit of dew is not going to hurt anybody. So I like the way it looks. I don't have any areas on my face that don't have the foundation. I think that there's normal wear of the concealer. I definitely see where some of my fine lines are peeking through underneath my eyes. But honestly, for 6 hours of wear, I think that it still looks pretty good, and I feel like my skin has a nice healthy glow to it. So I'm going to get back to cleaning out the closet. I'll check you guys back in 2 more hours, and I will do my final check-in and let you all know my final thoughts. So stay tuned. So I am back. It is the end of the night, and I've had this foundation on for 10 hours. It is currently 2:30 in the morning, and I really planned on coming back at the 8-hour mark, but I just got so deep into organizing and discarding things, and I had my music going, and I was just really in the zone. Like, have you all ever got so deep into cleaning that the time just goes by and you look at the clock and you're like, dang, all that time went by? I had on my beats and I was listening to Lil Wayne, and I was listening to all of his raps and stuff like that. I'm just sitting there listening to all of his lyrics, and I'm like, this man is low-key a genius. You know, I'm a person, I might listen to a song 2 or 3 times and not hear things until I listen to it the 4th time. I'm like, oh, I didn't know they said that. And my boyfriend is like, what do you listen to? And I'm like, sometimes just the beat. It just depends on what type of mood I'm in. So that's what I've been doing. I'm ready to give you guys my final thoughts on the foundation and the concealer. Let's start off with the concealer. So I like the concealer. The concealer is not a love for me. It does a good job, but I do feel like it creases up a little bit more than a lot of the other concealers that I have in my normal rotation do. So as a result of that, it's just in the okay pile. I will use this concealer again, but if I want my makeup to last and I need my makeup to look as perfect as possible for as long as possible, that's not going to be the concealer that I reach for. That concealer, it has a nice amount of slip to it. It blends out and it looks good initially, and I think it looks good up until about the 4.5 hour mark. And then anything beyond that, I feel like it's a stretch and it's just asking more from the concealer than what it's willing to give. But it does look nice. That's a good color, and it did give me that lift that I like underneath my eyes. It gave me that brightness, that alertness. So it's not bad. It's just not my favorite concealer either. This foundation though is where I feel like the product shines. So out of the two, the foundation definitely is going to get the most brownie points for me, just because I feel like it looks so beautiful on the skin. You don't need a lot. It feels very lightweight all over, and I feel like it wears really evenly for it to be the type of finish that this foundation is. So this foundation, it goes on very dewy. It never dries down, and even with this type of finish, it still wears really nicely to where I don't feel uncomfortable right now. Like I said, I've been deeply cleaning and I haven't really sat down for about 4 or 5 hours today. So earlier today I was filming, I was sitting here, I told you guys that, but now I've moved around a lot and I still think that my makeup looks really good, even with me getting very hot, you know, because when you move around and you're on the inside, I have the heat on, it can get a bit toasty, and I still think that my makeup wore very well. So I'm very impressed with this foundation. I think the color match is great. I do like the way that this foundation looks and the amount of coverage that I'm able to get. It states that this foundation is a full coverage foundation. I disagree. I think it's a medium buildable foundation. You can definitely build it up and get more coverage, but just straight out of the gate with one application or one layer of the foundation, I don't necessarily agree with it saying that it is a full coverage foundation, because it doesn't really go there. But I like that because you can add on and it doesn't look heavy. It definitely gives you that glass finish, so it still looks like it's your skin, but a more perfected version of your skin. So I really do like this foundation. If you have a match in this foundation, I think that it is awesome. It reminds me a little bit of the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, which if you guys watch my channel, then you'll know that it's one of my holy grail foundations. So that is a huge compliment, especially since this foundation is about half the price of that one. So if I'm wanting something for every day, then this is a foundation that I have been reaching for, and I really do like it. And I feel like if you have very oily skin and you prefer for your makeup to look more satin or more matte, then this is not going to be a product for you. But if you're like me, you have combination skin or normal skin, or even if you do have oily skin and you don't mind looking dewy, this product is phenomenal, and I think that Beauty Bakery did an amazing job on it. So I'm about to check out. Let me know what you all think about these products down in the comments section. I really look forward to reading what you guys have to say, and I'm about to go to bed. So my favorite part of the night is just decompressing. I like to take off my makeup. I just take off my earrings. Like, I just want to take it all off. I will check you all in my very next video, which will be super soon. Smooches. Bye.